What up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Let a few people. Happy Sunday. What up, y'all? Youngstown, Cincinnati. What's going on? Albert, what's going on? Pop this up a little bit. Excuse me for the unprofessionalism. What up, Chester? What's going on? From London, what's going on? Positive internet energy for sure. We need that Brooklyn way. Hit Gap Murder up and tell them y'all waiting on the new episodes, man. I don't control. I just do my part. I don't have control over when to drop. How's the sound? Any static? Cat Famous. What's going on, baby? As y'all come in, hit the like button. Live was fire. Good looking. I appreciate it. Good internet energy. T. Howard in the building. Share it live. T. Howard, put the Cash App in the chat so I can ping it. I can't write no messages from here, so the Cash App is XORIBEAR. Dollar sign in the front of that, and I'm gonna ping it. So, because people been asking me about the Cash App, I appreciate y'all the Cash Apps and Super Chats. Appreciate that. I appreciate y'all too. I'm working on my passport now, so I can get I'm working on my passport so I can come to Africa. Everybody drop a pie emoji. Yeah, I still make music. I'm about to drop some music this year. Don't worry about it. Everything I'm going super hard with everything I'm doing from media to streaming to music to fashion to movies. I'm doing everything like like no more like I know I'm going tomorrow or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work like This is my last day. Now I know I don't gotta do it, but I choose to. I like to come check out with y'all. As long as y'all ask some civilized questions, I'm gonna answer them in a civilized way. Come over here and get nothing but pie. Come get a slice. Deshaun Marsh, what's going on? My freestyle's crazy. I appreciate you. 32 people, 15 likes. Hit the likes, put the likes up as y'all come in. I look like I broke 2 chains. Thank you. This piece is MJ piece right here. It's about 17,000 by itself. This is my little. This is the little chain. How's the audio? Any static? Any feedback? I'm clear. Okay. Yo, bro, thank you for your voice and your support from the LGBT community. Salute to y'all too, Double A. Sin City is Dipset forever. Of course it's dank. Of course it's that danky dank, Elliot. Appreciate y'all. But today we're gonna be talking about what's rap and what's hip hop. Where's 845? What's going on? Yeah, I'm monetized now, so keep it clean. No curses. Try to keep the trolling down. I don't mind the trolling, but you'll get X'd up out of here if it's too disrespectful. But as y'all come in, hit the like button, hit the subscription. You know what I'm saying? If y'all not subscribed, if y'all just tuning in now, subscribe to the channel. Um, you, my platform does nothing but display positive internet energy. That's what a pie is. Positive internet energy. Come get a slice. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to hear positive, informative information, dope hip hop stories, you know what I'm saying? We talk about everything from food to sneakers to religion. We talk about everything up here. So feel free to ask any questions. Who's Pat Bev? Yeah, it seemed like. Let me tell you why it seemed like hip hop is dying. Right? It seems like people are losing interest in hip hop, like they lost interest in R&B. We see if you really want good R&B music, you gonna have to. You want good R&B music, you gonna have to go find it. You know what I'm saying? You got to search. You know what I'm saying? You got to search, especially in this day and time. You know what I'm saying? You got to search for good R&B music, good hip hop. You know what I'm saying? See, it's rappers and it's MCs. See, a rapper has more quantity than quality out. An MC has more quality than quantity. That's why a great MC might only have 6, 7 projects his whole career. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson ain't have that as many as projects as Jay Z, but who had a bigger career, who made a bigger impact. That's why I say it's about quality, not quantity. Same thing like if you was going to buy weed. Some people will go buy 7 for 35, or some people will go buy a 7 for 125. It's just the quantity of the weed that's better. You know what I'm saying? And the quality. Notice the quality that's better. Some will cop more for less, and some will cop less for more. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the game been. That's just the American way. But the game is it's like we don't we get artists die out fast nowadays because y'all don't give us a chance to grow with y'all. Like I say, y'all come out the gate already bust down cars. Well, we don't get to see our story. It's no story. We can't believe a hardship story. The last, like you seen, like for instance, you seen Benny the Butcher level up. Remember when Benny had little minor jury and little uh day and day just until you seen him busting up with Audemars and big hatchets on his neck and stuff like that. It's because you got to see him grow, and the story is believable because we know his story. So you got to see him grow. So when you see him pulling out the Cullinan or a Lamborghini or some big jewelry, you know he worked towards that. It's a lot of artists that just come out the wood with 8 chains on. We don't know their story, and we don't want to hear your story if we didn't see it. So that's why the rap is dying. Everybody's a star already. When are we going? When are y'all going to allow us as fans to make y'all stars? Yeah, I used to be in the hood in Buffalo. That's a fact. Jacob, what's going on? Yeah, everybody got the same story. There's 63 people in here. As y'all come in, hit the like button. Hold on 1 second. I mean, this thing is shaking. This platform. Excuse me. Thank you. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I got sneakers. I got a bunch of sneakers. LT, what's going on? What's good, my brother? Happy New Year. Orion, what's going on? Hustle Man in the building, what's going on? Happy New Year. Yeah, share the love. The Agassiz, the Agassiz, when they, I see the reason why I don't like they be having like the all around patting down. But when y'all took the fire tennis ball off the back, I stopped like keep if you gonna do a retro like a OG. Don't just like put the sneaker back out and just like that's a lot of the times we bought the sneaker for the detail of the sneaker, not just because it was a hot sneaker. It's just like y'all re brought the cross trainers back out, the black and gray, the Bo Jacksons. But when y'all brung them out, y'all ain't put the 34 on the back. Y'all ain't put this little silver accent in it. We want that shoe. That's why that shoe don't sell out. The only one that kind of like the original shoe was the orange and blue one. But we'll talk about sneakers later. But like I said, um, the state of hip hop is a little different right now. Yeah, hit the like button. Hip hop is not a young sport. Hip hop is a sport of consistency. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can come out and make a hit at 42, 43, 44 years old. It's how the music resonate. I don't care if you 50, 60 years old. If you make hot music, you make hot music. This is the thing about this is the thing about black music, right? We always put an age cap on our music. The age cap for black musicians start around 30. Because they say, oh, 30, you getting old. 30, you still a young man. It's guys like U2 and Bono and them. They still putting music out at 70 years old, 61 years old, 75 years old, and they sell out concerts and they tour all year round. Why when we turn 31, we old? We old men. Nah, we not old. As long as you healthy and are able to run across the stage for an hour and 45 minutes, do so. Don't let nobody, don't let a number get in the way of you accomplishing your goals in life. Age is just a number. That's what I start to realize. Age is just a number. Sometimes you might, due to the fact of health, you might be too old to do things because you don't have the physical ability to, but you can write a rhyme at 60 years old. Jay Z still rap at 50 something years old. He still put out a verse every day. Um, Method Man is in his 50s. E40's in his 50s. Too Short is in his 50s. Half these MCs that's still relevant, Busta Rhymes, all these guys is 50 years plus. You know what I'm saying? Still doing it. You know what I'm saying? Fab is on his way to 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no age cap. It's not a young man sport. This is a sport that's played by people that has the ability to play it. 40 still young. 50 still young. You know what I'm saying? Being old is a state of mind. Being an elder is an age. Chazo, thank you for the super chat. Salute. Yeah, algorithm is key. Algorithm is key, hustle man. You know how I know algorithm is key because me and Key, we created our own algorithm when we was young. We was independent. We was monetizing before it was a word. I'm gonna Google how long the word monetization been around. For real, I want to know how long the word monetization been around because monetization only means keeping track of what you doing. When we were selling CDs on Hum 45th, Key came up with a method because I will not take full credit of that. Key came up with a method like, yo, bro, check this out. We gonna put out the music, right? But when we put it out, we gonna make them sign a book so we can keep a track of how many sales we're getting. And that was a genius idea. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna run with that, kid. And the next thing you know, we got a notebook front and back pages of people signing their address, they number, and their name, and how many CDs they purchased. Some purchases, some people might have copped two CDs, some people might have copped five, some people only might have copped one. But we was able to track who was buying and how much many units we were selling back then. Just say this: we were the distribution for Diplomat CDs. At that time, we was one of the biggest distributing companies on the street level side in America. Because 9 times out of 10, if you got any Purple City Diplomat CDs, you got them from the guys that was actually down with Dipset. Like, shout out to my guy Young Mike out in Buffalo that was working at Doris Records. When he get mixtapes from Dipset, he getting them from Jewels. He's getting them from Casa. He's getting it from actually the person Hal Rell. He's getting it from the person that made the CDs, Duke the God. This is where Duke the God was successful with DipsetMixtapes.com. See, if you do your research, we are the first ones to do what Empire and Empire and all these big companies are doing, but we just didn't have business structure. We wasn't business orientated. The only business orientation we had was to make the money. We knew how to make the money. We didn't know how to put the money out and really create a company. At the time, we was young, you know what I'm saying? But as we grew older, we started to notice that what we were doing 24 years ago was monetization. What gold record is that? That's my plaque for the diplomatic community. Shout out to LT. LT was there. He got to see something turn from a he got to see us just rap and it turned into deals. He was there before everybody got big. LT, if you look at it, if you go to the Purple City Bird Gang on the scene, we was riding down the blocks, the hard when Jim Jones was still on the hook. You can see LT and Hustle Man in a video, and you can see Hustle Man counting a bunch of money that we done made off the block. Like for real. Like this is for real. Like people don't understand that we are the heirs of the throne. We are the forefathers of the music game coming out of New York City. Before you was able to hear anybody, we was the ones that was pushing the music on you. Zip with the drip and spit. He can't fuck with me, but he can spit. That's my man Zip with the drip. I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? But Zip know he can't fuck with me. He know deep down inside he can't fuck with me. Rapping, that's totally out the question. Drip know what's up. And he can rap his ass off, but he know his pen cannot fuck with my pen. We had this discussion before on live. Everybody in this chat, everybody on YouTube know Zip with the drip can't fuck with me and rapping. But that's my man though. I fucks with him. You know what I'm saying? Just doing a little trolling. But yeah, shout out to Zip with the Drip. Any music that he got going on right now, go purchase it. That's a good man. He came home from doing a stint in jail, and he came home and he changed his life. You know what I'm saying? And go support his channel, go subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Go buy his merch. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the seat because I don't want nobody to get up on the internet and start switching it up. Yo, Unconscionable's coming at you now. Zip with the Drip. That's my man. I got wild love for my bro. You know what I'm saying? And it just that's just that, and we gonna support each other. So you know, whatever website he got going on, go download, go stream, go purchase his merch, his music, because that's a good brother right there. I fuck with Zip, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with man. Me and Zip had a couple of conversations before, but like I said, I support Zip with the Drip, but Zip know he can't fuck with me. Excuse my language. You know YouTube will snipe you. I think Young Noble just want to bring some traction to his name because that's what y'all, when you coming at Nas after 25 years, let me tell you something. I know a few guys from Queensbridge that was there that day when Nas and Tupac had their altercation. Tupac did not have one up on Nas, and if and Tupac knew that. Tupac was a smart man. This is what y'all don't go. He was very intelligent. He was a strategic, and he knew the art of war. Read that book by Sun Tzu. He knew the art of war. He knew that he was strong, but he didn't underestimate his enemy, who he felt at the time was Nas. Nas and them Queensbridge guys would have got real active, bro. They was nothing was happening to Nas. And have you seen through history, nothing happened to Nas. Nothing. You never heard of nothing happening to Nas. Let's keep that official. When did you ever heard something happening to Nas? And getting booked and niggas doing anything to him, smack. Nobody don't do nothing to Nas. First of all, Jungle is a wild card. Where's all them guys from the bridge and Nas came up under DU and all them guys. Rest in peace. He came up around some real official cats. So let's just get that out the way. And then on top of that, don't do a diss record and it be trash. You woke up. Salute from Philly. Trigger Trade. What's going on, baby? Who founded Purple City? Well, the record label, the founding members of Purple City are me, Shice Bob, and Aguilar. You know what I'm saying? Turn weed into a record business. Simple. You ever battled? No, I battled Cassidy and Larceny Crew, but the day that we battled, J Hood was a young kid. He spit. He spit. He ain't getting a battle. He was like a little pup at the time. He couldn't. He at that time he couldn't swim with the sharks. Like we were sharks, and J Hood is nice, but at the time he was still getting his ish up. You know what I'm saying? He was still getting his rhymes up. He was a pup. He was probably like 14 or 15. He was a young kid. You know what I'm saying? We was grown. I was a grown man already when I battled Kaz. Jimmy was not a founding member of Purple City. He was family just like I'm not a founding member of Dipset. I'm a diplomat. I'm a part of the Dipset. He's a part of the Purple City. Jim also added on to the success, so we cannot erase. That's I don't never erase. I give people they they flowers while they can inhale them, not smell them. So that's how I go. You know what I'm saying? I give everybody their props. You know what I'm saying? I feel like information gets people digest information better when it comes off from a positive intellect. That's why I named my podcast Positive Internet Podcast, Positive Internet Energy Podcast. Positive serve, come get a slice because every time you coming over here, you leaving with a slice. You leaving with a sweet gem. You leaving with something that you can learn from. You leaving from something that probably been on your mind for years. You just didn't have the answers to because you didn't have access to even ask one of us what was going on. See, if it's not too uh yeah, inshallah, you never know what'll go on. I hope there'd be another Diplomat album, but from what I know, the last Diplomat album was Diplomatic Ties, which I did the outro on. We got 71 people here, 49 likes. Get the likes up, please. I said another word until we get to 60 likes. It's 49 people. Only like until we get to 60 likes. I said another thing. Come on, whoever ain't hit the like button, hit the like button. Come on, let's go. Jim always got a hot record. The likes is going up. We have 54. We need six more. Come on. Y'all can give me six more likes. Gelato. Two more likes. Uh, like the ASAP Rocky, like the ASAP Mob merge on the scene. They made it cool for the guys that was scared to be themselves. When ASAP and Ferg and Gans, rest in peace, and Nas and 12E, when they all came out and knocking on them, when they came out, it was like a breath of fresh air because they brought a sense of New York City, old school swag, and they was just mixed with down so screwed up music on top of they was just trying to display the fashion that you were only seeing Soho. When you go down to Greenwich Village, Soho downtown, you see guys dressed in high fashion, but it might not per se be cool in the urban hood. Like in the hood, you might not see a guy with a pair of bell bottoms or a pair of Rick Owens or Rad Simmons or uh, Jeremy Scott's before them. You know what I'm saying? You would see that they made it cool to be yourself. They made it cool to be weird or be the norm. If your weird is the norm, they made it cool to be that. You know what I'm saying? So when they came on the scene, I just seen a whole bunch of kids was able to express themselves the way they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And right after that, you got the Vinny Chase. Shout out to my guy, Vinny Chase. He was actually a part of our entourage as a cameraman. His name is Lionel. You know what I'm saying? He turned to Vinny Chase because he watched and he learned. He was around us so many years, and when he felt finally took a crack at music, he actually was good at it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. But like I said, when ASAP Marvin them came on the scene, they made it cool to be yourself. Well, no matter where Diplomats was, I always had a great relationship with Cam. So Cam told me to come through his crib one day and do a track. I didn't even know it was going like anytime me and Cam do something that turn out dope, it's spontaneous. It's never planned. It just be like, yo, we're gonna do something today. You know what I'm saying? It's never like planned. It's never like, yo, I want this type of song. That Put It in the Sky song just came together and he shot a video because that's when he was doing the first of the month series. So I appreciate Cam for putting me a part of that. It just added on to my resume. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like like y'all probably heard it. I said before for all the new subscribers probably didn't, but I'm like one of the main reasons Dipset got back together the last time when they put out the Better Have My Money record. That was my song. That was my record. You know what I'm saying? That I was going to use on one of my albums. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have it. That the day that Flex told them, the day that Flex I got on, and let me tell you, for people that wasn't there, I'll retell my outlook of the story. And this is how it happened. So one day I'm in a taxi cab coming from somewhere, and Flex is on the radio. So Flex is on the radio like, yeah, I'm about to shake New York up. I got the Diplomats. We gonna tour. We gonna do this. They gonna drop a record, such and such, such and such, such and such. So right there, when I heard that, I got happy. I was like, oh, okay, we back outside. This is how we gonna do it. Okay, we back out. So I called. So I called Cam and I was like, yo, Cam, that's what's up. He said, yo, I spoke to Flex, but I ain't put nothing in ink. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Like, for real. Where you at? I'm like, yo, I'm at home right now. He's like, yo, meet me on 155th by the record. I'm like, I bet. He said, meet me in 5 minutes. Just came from buying a brand new truck. Brand new Denali. Still had the motherfucking tent sticker on it. So he picked me up. We go to his crib. So mind you, I'm at the crib with Kim and we kicking it. So he like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, cuz I ain't really fucking with niggas right now. For real. I ain't fucking with niggas right now, such and such. So I'm like, what Flex talking about? Like, he already threw that shit in the public, so what are we going, like, what y'all gonna do? So he was like, yo, I don't know. I got a couple of records, such and such, such and such. So I called Jewels. I was like, what y'all, I'm like, yo, bro, what you gonna do? He like, I don't know. The records canceling, and I'm not feeling them shits like that, such and such, such and such. I'm like, yo, bro, y'all going to Hot 97 in a few days. What are y'all niggas gonna do? So, mind you, I stayed at Cam house for damn near 3 days. I slept on Cam couch in the studio for 3 days. We worked, we was writing songs, we was doing that, but for the most part, I was there trying to see what record that they was gonna give to Flex. They did not have no record to get a Funk Flex. Flex made this big speech, this, that, and the third. He gonna come have them come up freestyle, this, that, and the third. So I was like, all right, cool. Check this. The second day I was there was the day before they got the Flex joint. So they sending records back all day. Nobody's liking. They don't like what Cam sending them. Cam not liking what they sending them. So it's getting later and later. It's getting later and later, later and later. Next thing I know, it's 2, 3 in the morning. That means the countdown has started. Y'all gotta be at Funk Flex like by 7 p.m., 6 p.m., something like that, so y'all can go on air. It's like a quarter to 4. So Cam like he look at me, come in, he sit in one of the studio chairs, and we smoking and shit. He was like, yo, I love you, bro. Look, you tried. I ain't gonna lie. You tried. You been here for almost 3 days, bro. I'll get somebody to take you home in the morning. You ain't gotta leave. We can work. We can chill. You ain't got no rush, yo. I fuck with you 'cause you fuck with us when we ain't gotta. Excuse my language. You mess with us when ain't nobody doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like this. Now I'm not giving up. So I walked out. I walked out the studio, the recording room, the control room in the studio, and I walked where Cam had like a projector, like his movie room at. So I called my guy, Vinny Idol, praying that he'll pick up. So Vinny, uh, he picked up on the first ring. He like, yo, what up, twin? I'm like, yo, you up? He's like, yeah, I'm up. I'm just working. So I'm like, yo, check this. You want to make history? You said, yeah. I said, you want to do the first record uh, for Diplomat in about 7 years? It's like, hell yeah. I was like, yo, send me some over. I'm in the studio with Cam right now. So he like, he like, uh,
Powering on. Welcome to Alltech Lansing.
so he like, so I'm like, yo, send me some beats. So he sent some beats. He sent 3 fire beats. He sent like a joint that had the DOS effects sample in it. Cam liked it. He sent another beat. Cam was trying. He's like, oh, these joints is hard. He played the third beat. It was just like this Edo Jana Bulldogs. I gotta have it sample with a hook on it that Vinny Idol was singing. And no lie, Cam heard that hook, and then he heard how that beat dropped. Cam jumped right. Yo, he told Rec. Shout out to my man Rec. He told Rec, yeah, yo, pull that beat up, track that beat out. Not 5 minutes after Cam heard that beat, Cam verse was done. No lie, Cam went in the booth. Cam sat right there and was writing something on the paper real quick. Like he was writing fast. Like he had like his verse, like no lie, in like 7 minutes. Wrote it out, went in there, did his verse, killed it. I was like, all right. So he was like, yo, send it to them. So I sent it to Jim. I sent it to Jewels. I'm like, I call him. I'm like, yo, check your email. Yo, check your email. Right? No longer after I got off the phone with them, Jim called me right back like 3 minutes later. That's crazy. Where y'all at? Y'all at? Y'all like Kill House? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming over right now. Can't. Next thing I pull up, Jim in there, come in rolling up. What's going on? Sit there, close his eyes, smoking, just sitting there with his eyes closed. Hops right in the booth, knocks his verse out. So Jim even spit his verse that he was spitting on the radio that day for me. He's like, I even got my verse for the radio. So now we waiting on Jewels, sending the record to Jewels. Jim got there probably like 8 in the morning. Jewels ain't get there until like six 6 o'clock, 6:30 p.m. We there for hours. They was like, yo, see, yo, come on, it's not looking now. You call your man. It's on your man now. So Jewels came, did his verse, killed his verse. Then, Jim give me a pound. He go break out. He go get dressed. Jewels go get dressed. Cam go upstairs. We go get dressed and all that. Cam come downstairs while mixing the record. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you coming with me? I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay here and wait for the record to be mixed. So, you know what I'm saying? And before they left to go get dressed, it's a picture that y'all can see of them sitting on a couch, like Joel squeezed in the middle of Jim and Cam, and with my iPhone 8 at the time, I think it was my iPhone 8 or something. I took that picture and I uploaded it like, this is the set, and that's how y'all got that picture of Cam, Jewels, and Jim together. Like I took that picture with my phone, like, and they didn't even know I took that picture. You know what I'm saying? So when people ask me what you did for the diplomats or how did you feel, like, yo, bro, I did so much for the set. You know what I'm saying? That you not gonna know unless I tell you, and they'll vouch for it. I'm about to work with Styles P. I was in elementary school. What school you went to? 53 or PS 92? Of course, I would have wished they could worked out with Rockefeller, Dipset, all that. We had the dynasty. We had the '96 Bulls, man. Nobody can touch us. We had the swag. We had the girls. We had everything. Joey the Roast, peace. The freestyle or Hot 97. Let me tell y'all about that. Me, Luca, Brazzi, Cam, Jewels, Jim, Zeke, JR, Jewels, we all goes up the Funk Flex. The reason JR blacked out the way he did, he had a chip on his shoulder. He had resentment for not being on the first Diplomat album. So he went in there with something to prove. And when he went in there, JR spit like for 5, 6 minutes by himself. Like, we looking like, damn, this nigga blacking. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. They edited it out. Y'all will never hit it. You gotta hit it when we actually did it, or somebody might have the original one. But I had messed up because I forgot one of my lines and I started freestyling. And Ken spazzed on me up there at the radio. He even told me to stop rapping. But that was just Cam always telling us to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Cam showed tough love. I'm not gonna lie. He showed love, regularly, but he showed tough love, especially when it's about that money and it's about that business. He's not gonna slack up on you, especially if he putting you in a position to win. If you was around Cam when all this diplomat stuff was popping, you was privileged because it was back then. It was just Dipset and Dipset only. I'm telling you, it was Dipset, Dipset only. That's why you don't hear a lot of collabs with Dipset and nobody else because it was a contained unit. We wasn't stepping out, and that kind of hindered us too, not being able. We broke that spell. Well, I'll say Jewels broke that spell when he did the song Beamer, Benz, and Bentley with Banks. I was there when they recorded that record too. That session was dope as hell. We was down in Quad to see Banks and Jewels go back to back like that was dope because damage was done when Jewels and Jim got on stage with 50 at that G Unit show. So for them to even manifest something good that was like when it wasn't even good at our in our own home turf, that was a blessing for them to be able to display their talents together and create that dope song, Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get up here and talk to y'all because it's been so much history that y'all have been following since y'all was teenagers. I feel y'all deserve to know the backstories to how some of your favorite songs came into into play while the Dipset dissolved. You know what I'm saying? What we dismantled. You know what I'm saying? And because y'all made us who we are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wore the pink, y'all wore the purple, y'all wore the bandanas, y'all bought the tapes, y'all came to the shows, y'all watched the videos, y'all wore the BB Simon belts, y'all went and bought the antique when Jim did the rock star look. Y'all embraced and embodied every uh pureness from whatever Dipset contributed to the music business. The fans, y'all made us who we are. Y'all the reason we are who we are. For real. Y'all the reason. It's nobody else. Scuba Steve, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Like Ti, we appreciate your cash apps and your super chats. I appreciate that. How did Hell Rel become a part of the Dipset? Okay, I told this story before. Y'all gotta go check out. Y'all gotta go check out Unconscious True Hip Hop Stories. I'm gonna tell it to y'all right now, but go watch the story because it's more in detail. You know what I'm saying? The language, is a little different. So you know what I'm saying. But um, well now when we was coming up on her 45th, me and Key, um, we got kids from the Bronx, so obvious I was going to inherit Key's people as well. You know what I'm saying? His brothers became my brothers, and it was a crew called DFL way before Down for Life. Shorty Low and them down south. Shout out to Shorty Low, rest in peace, Shorty Low. But way before they was D4L, they was D4L. You know what I'm saying? Down for Life. And they used to have a big gutted out turtle top van with the logo on it silver. It kind of looked at like a Raiders, like something the Raiders would ride in. They had the silver logo on a black truck, and they had the DFL logo. It was kind of like the NFL logo. You know what I'm saying? Back then they had that. It's kind of like the same. Matter of fact, it's the same logo as the FTD logo that Dave East used, but it was just D4L. So DFL, Down for Life, Stu, Hero, and Chant. Shout out to y'all. And at the time, they used to always come to 145th, buy food, buy they bud, um, buy clothes. 145th was the one-stop shop. And they always used to talk about they rappers that they had signed to their label. At the time, when they used to come to 145th, they had French Montana, yes, world famous French Montana. He was signed to DFL. This white kid named High Life, he was signed to DFL. Um, and Hell Rel, and they had a few other artists too. I'm forgetting their names. I say their names. I think Brock. I think is one of them was Brock. I believe so, but they had a few artists, but Hell Rel, High Life, and French Montana was they artists at the time. So we used to always go at it, talking about who better, who better. So they used to always come to 45th talking about this Hell Rel dude, this Hell Rel, yo, Hell Rel, Hell Rel, Hell Rel, Hell Rel, Hell Rel, Hell Rel. So it was getting under my skin. I was like, y'all keep mentioning him to me like he can hold a candle to me. I'll show you that boy ain't what y'all think he is. So the time granted itself. Um, my guy, headquarters, God bless his soul. He was head of promotions for Raucous Records with Howard McDuffie, and he was getting all his plaques from Raucous for all the participation he had there promoting those albums. He was getting his plaques, and he was taking a photo shoot in front of the old Yankee Stadium on the highway. So he gave us all promotional hoodies for whatever everybody had on a hoodie that will ever album that went platinum. We had on those hoodies. So we all standing, and Keegan Hustle Man can post a picture of that. You know what I'm saying, when we go live, to show you the picture of the day that I battled Hell Rel. Um so we over there taking pictures. Probably like 20 minutes into the photo shoot, I see the DFL van pull up. I told you when they come, they look like the Raiders. So they all hopped out, their whole crew over there from Monterey. Shout to Stu, shout to Chan, shout to Smalls. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from over there on Monterey, and they all pulled up with Hell Rel. You get out, he all cocky and got the mean mug face. Scored, Hell Rel, scored, we scored. So I'm like, yo, what up? So Luca, he like, yo, you know what he came to do? Like, I'm saying, oh, so you wanna, you wanna, you sure you wanna do this? So he's like, yeah, you already know, Hell Rel, shut yourself, Ruberel, this, that, and the third. And he got his team with him, they hyping him up and all this and all that. So I'm like, it's whatever. Hustle Man was there, he'll tell you. So we go over to the side. So I'm like, headquarters like, yo, hold on. With my photo shoot, he was telling the photographers, hold on, I gotta see this. Because headquarters, he used to come to home 45th and he used to love us. You know what I'm saying? He was also doing big promotion for 50 Cent too. They was thinking the reason he got killed was over some 50, but it was something totally different. You know what I'm saying? That's a long story, but rest in peace to headquarters, man. That was my guy. So Hell Rel go first. Let him rap. He spitting. When I go, he don't want to go no more. After I finished rhyming, he was like, yo, he got it. He got it. I can't do nothing with that. The whole crowd went crazy. That's a hustle, man. We going back live. We might go back live tonight at midnight or 10 o'clock. You gonna come back and trap again? But yeah, I'm glad it was somebody that was actually at that battle. Key was there. Game over. It only took one round to get Hell Rell up out of there. And right after that, the day after that, Hell Rell came started coming to 145th every day after that. You know what I'm saying? He started coming to 145th, kicking it with us. At the time, it was a studio right up the block from where we used to trap out on 145th in a penthouse. And it used to be like a little $25, maybe $35 an hour, maybe $50 an hour, depending on who was doing the engineer. But it was a little studio, little hole in the wall studio that we used to go record in. And me and Key got tired of recording on his equipment, and we went and paid for a few hours. Went and got a bunch of weed from 139th and Broadway, and went in the studio and locked out for like 7 hours. And Harold was on the block. We like, yo, we got a session coming, and we wound up doing um the rock beat, the me, Key, and Harold, and we did that freestyle, and we was playing that freestyle loud every day because Key had called this is now Key got a car and a truck on the block. We got cars, it's cars, and everybody playing this freestyling all day. And one day Cam came and we was playing it out of Luke Van, and he was like, "Ooh, it's going crazy." And then when Hell Rell came on, and he said that like my diamonds bright like Yankee Stadium lights, Cam went crazy. He was like, "Yo, who that?" And he was like, "Yo, that's Hell Rell." And he was like, "Yo, I like him. Yo, bring him to the studio." And Cam that's how Hell Rell became a part of the Dipset. If he would have never battled me, if he would have never came to 145th the days after I battled him, it would have never been no Hell Rell on Dipset. And that's a whole fact. And people can say what they want. That's a fact. Real talk. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Key. That's a fact. Like, I dusted him off. He ain't one that I was an animal, B. And everybody in Harlem and Brooklyn and Queens and Staten Island and Long Island that know about Uncasa know I was an animal. I was reign supreme. It wasn't too many guys doing what I was doing. Everywhere I went, I kicked up dust. Any block I went on, any borough, and me and Key, we was hopping out, diamonds on, pockets full of money, trunk full of merch, and getting nothing but love gangsters, killers, murderers, all that. We was in those type of environments, and people and the ones that probably would have tried us or did try to do something to us embraced us with nothing but love. Me and Keem, we ain't never have no problem in the streets. We ain't know about what was ops. We ain't have enemies. You know what I'm saying? It was haters, suckers, punks, busters. We never had no ops. Ops. How could you wear an op and you can't even play the game with us? You ain't an opposition. You can't play the game with us. We had more money than y'all when we was young. We had more women than y'all was young. We were doing more things than y'all. And we were really running the city. We were really setting the trends, making what the city is today. If it was no, if Key didn't switch the hustle up from walk up and down Broadway from 151st to 135th, it would have never been a Taliban. Probably never would have been a gumbo. It probably never would have been a Dipset. It probably never would have been nothing that y'all see or Purple City. None of that. Y'all would have never got none of that. We are the founding fathers. Me and Kiani, me, Hustle Man, we the founding fathers of all that. It started off with two. What Ray said in South Central, it started off. Deuce Gang started off with two. Me and Key started off with two. Yeah, us, two guys. That's how this whole energy started. It started off with two guys. Purple City happened over some of that. Y'all, I'm giving y'all fear. Y'all want to hear more information? Drop some in the super chat. Drop some in the cash app because y'all want to get the whole stories. And we up here just doing Q&A today. I think I done gave y'all enough of the backstories today. Go to YouTube. Go subscribe. All the stories that y'all asked me about how Purple City started, I have a whole story about it on Unconscious True Hip Hop Stories. You can go watch it. I have 33 episodes. I have the story about BMF. I have the story about Cassidy. I have the story about Lupe Fiasco. I have a story about Takashi 69. I have a story about Buster Rhymes. I have a story about Jewels. I have a story about Max B. I have a story about who else I have stories about up there? Chris Brown. If I got stories, bro. 33 episodes. That's why I ran it up. Subscribe, and y'all will get all this information. You know what I'm saying? But drop some in the cash app, drop some in the super chat if y'all want to hear these stories on the live. Because I got a whole other sector on my platform for the stories. That's why I don't do stories up here, because I know I make y'all feel like y'all was there, but I'm always enlightening y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for free though. Nah, I don't think about battling again. I'm scrolling down to read some of your questions. Jay Gutter, I'm gonna take you up on that. Let's get it together. It's about time. Me and Key was just talking about doing my life documentary. It's ill. Y'all gonna laugh. Y'all gonna cry. My story was real. I really got it out the mud, like for real. Really got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? We really was on these streets when outside was really outside, when there was no phones, no social media. Everybody that know you had to know you because you was active in the streets. Okay? All Black Air Maxes. Thank you for the super chat. Thank y'all for the cash app that just came through. Y'all be bringing 45th to the internet, kid. Yeah, we bring it to the internet. Nothing but pies. Like I said, see, my lineage is J.R. Ryder, French Montana, Stack Bundles, Lupe Fiasco, Fred the God. Like all the young boys was next to me. I ain't gonna never say under the wing. I'm gonna say they was my counterparts, my brothers, my friends, my brothers in this. And me and Fred used to spar. Yeah, if y'all would have seen how me and Fred the God used to spar at each other, y'all think it was battling. Hustle Man is here to fact check anything I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? J.R. Ryder. I remember when the kid Los that signed a Puff came to her 45th. That boy ain't want no smoke after that. And he nice. He got busy too that day. But they just ain't. I was like Tyson in his prime. One hit of quitters. Like y'all niggas knew they couldn't f with me. Period on that mic. And I sound like and I sound like I got a microphone, and you can hear me if you on Amsterdam. You can hear me on Broadway. You can hear me down the block because that's how I'm yelling, screaming, and everything is clear. And then my cadence and everything got the crowd so mesmerized. People that know the verse or know the bar, they gonna sing it. Key, Fo, Luca, everybody singing the rhymes. Kenny Black, LT, everybody singing the rhymes now because they know. They get them like get you don't ever come to 145th and think you gonna battle me. Never the question. Don't you better off picking a spot and you gonna get crushed there because I'm gonna go harder because I ain't got my support team. And that's why most of my battles I didn't have my support team. Most of the times I was chewing these dudes up. I would just be me and Key pulling up on blocks and our 3-2-3 monster. Good chain on, good bracelet on, fresh. I told you we never scuffed up or bent sneakers. Fresh, smelling good. Young kids running around all five boroughs every day. 10, 15, 20,000 worth of U.S. currency in the car. Facts. A Mafia became A Mafia was always doing this thing. I went to school with him. That's my brother, Abdul, AB. And before he was A Mafia, he was going by the name AB. And Mafia always been a hustler. He always been getting to the bag. Like he know how to get money. Like he always getting money out of town. Always getting money. Always getting money in the hood. He always just that's his twist, getting money. You know what I'm saying? Never too flashy. You know what I'm saying? It's footage of him at a Dipset concert and can't perform and he throwing nothing but 50s, 20s, and hundreds in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So A Mafia always been about the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And Chase asked me like, yo, one day, yo, you know AB? You know A Mafia? Or they call him AB. I was like, yeah, that's my dog since school, since elementary school. Used to talk to my sister back in the days. He's like, yeah, he rap. I was like, world AB rap? He's like, yeah, he go by A Mafia. But when he said A Mafia at first, I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, oh yeah, AB, that's my dude. Oh, he go by A Mafia? So that's when we first started doing the first Purple City, like the first three Purple City mixtapes. We was playing his song "Hell for a Hustler" and all that stuff on the songs, and that's how he got uh, he got lit off the Purple City mixtapes. Then Duke the God took a liking to him, and then they start doing minutes. So that's how you know he got hot on Purple City mixtapes, and then he transitioned over to working with Duke to God over at Duke Productions. Man, we should call Roro. What's good? Shout out to the Roros out there in Brownsville. Shout out to Vaughn and 41. They went platinum. First from Brownsville to do it. Shout out to them, Jane Carter and all of them. Y'all did that big one for Brownsville. Shout out to the Smurfs, Brownsville, Vaughn and them. Yep. Baby J, what's going on, Junior? What's good, baby? I know when you say Rolo, I know who it is. You know I know. Come on. Yeah, the Rolos in here, Key. Yeah, Hustle Man, the Rolos in here. Happy New Year. Shout out to all the Roros. That's crazy. The Roros is in here, and I'm shouting out, I'm shouting out Vine and all of them. That's crazy, B. See how it go? You see how it's genuine? You know what I'm saying? It's genuine. I'm shouting them out, and the Roro just popped up in here. hmm I'm definitely getting my tucks together. But yeah, man, we've been up here for a few 75 minutes, 78 minutes. I mean, yeah, positive internet energy. I already know. Thank you for everybody that put something in the super chat. Thank you for everybody that cashed that. I know y'all always gonna get the dopest stories, dopest information from me. Eating healthy apples and shit. Thank you to my moderators, my boy T, Howard, my boy Key, Hustle Man, my partner in crime. Like Key said, we're about to really show y'all what we is doing on 45th on the internet. We're bringing 45th to the internet. And if y'all ever knew about us on 45th, y'all know we're aggressive and we are going to get our bag by any means necessary. Uncut raw, unadulterated truth, positive internet energy, nothing but good vibes, high vibration, frequencies turned up. Go check out Hustle Man on his platform. He be happy. He be taking y'all 30 gazillion miles off the earth, out this atmosphere until that ill spaceship he got. He said he just got a new spaceship. So I'm gonna come take a ride, roll one up, take a ride with him and vibe out on the ship on his platform. But yeah, we doing different things. 2025, inshallah, God willing, we all be blessed and successful and be able to feed our children, our grandchildren, and our kids. I don't have any grandchildren. My boy Key does, but we're about to just entertain y'all in a positive way. And what's so dope about our platforms, all the information that you give, we went through, we experienced it, so we were able to tell you vividly. Like he always say, like I always say, if I'm talking about something and it had Chinese food in it, you gonna smell the chicken wings, you gonna smell the hot sauce and the duck sauce on the rice when I'm talking. You get what I'm saying? You gonna feel like you was there. That's why when y'all tell y'all when y'all tune in to me, get into y'all zone, get your favorite meal, watch me. Get your favorite cocktail, watch me. Roll something up, have fun, cause you're gonna hear some stuff that you never heard before. Real truthful stuff too. Shout out to all Harlem for the Skelly Harlem versus everybody. Jaja somewhere in Miami. But yeah, thank you to my moderators, T. Howard, my boy Key Hustle Man. Me and Hustle Man, we're gonna come back around. We're gonna do midnight tonight. We're gonna come back. So after y'all finish watching the games and stuff like that, eating your meal, roll some up, pour you a little shot. And me and Key, we're gonna have a recap on this episode. And we're gonna talk about some more interesting things besides what the usual we talk about. So until next time, everybody be safe. Thank you for everybody that do something in the super chat. Everybody that cashed out. And I love y'all and peace. Enjoy y'all Sunday.